Next we have got Sophie Cameron, who has thrust herself onto the poetry and stand-up stage in the past couple of years. I'll move this out of the way before I start punching it. You're on. Thanks.
I'm tempted to get my cock out, but...
Do it.
I am the grammar police. I watch you for punctuation. Night and day and night I lie and wait for ill-placed exclamation. I'll twiddle with your points just for kicks and watch you flush with embarrassment as I draw rings round your dicks. Plural. I am the grammar police. I don't have this badge for now. You're an ignoramus. You don't fucking talk proper. There is no question, no error, no doubt. I'll brainwash your idiot entourage and breathe my rules deep inside, so when you splutter some illegible clutter, you'll wish you were past, present and died. I've got a fucking scanner, so you better pay your syntax, or I'll cuff you and stuff you with a dictionary definition of a used Tampax. I am the grammar police and I patrol Verb Alley. Death row is nothing to a hyphen rammed up your Aunt Sally. Believe me, I won't fucking full stop, till your tongue is spined and bound. Your brain is rubbed and shined and your wick is ounced and pound. I am the grammar police and you will use the semicolon. You're fucking full of shit, pretentious bastard. No, your knowledge is stolen. I'll capitalise on the shit in your head and point a red arrow at your face so all can see your lack of brain and at the laziness of the human race. I am the grammar police and I sentence you to 5 years on a labour camp in the UK, so as prescriptivists can sleep full ease at nightly time, free of love, free of life, free of fears. I am both masculine and feminine, wing, hooker and flanker. I am the definite article, and you, good sir, are a wanker. Sorry. Now I've got a sonnet. It's a bit of an irregular one. I chipped my tooth on his porcelain cock, and I'm not gonna lie, I was angry. So I took down his trousers and dug out his arse, so it looked like a conch shell. Have you ever wondered why a lady's underpass looks a bit like a part-consumed chicken Kiev? Or why sanitary towels, having been glued to one's panties, need the added certainty of wings to hold it in place? It's not going to fucking fly away. It's not going to fucking go anywhere or get lifted by some light-fingered thief. If anything, it only serves to chafe the lady where she is most sensitive and get on her pussy's tits. As the last thing a pussy wants is a sanitary bird flaunted in its fucking face when it's not feeling very well. Okay. This may shock you to hear, but I have no job. No job at all, not even after 8. I even went to Curry's and told them I'd like to sell myself as central heating, but they said they didn't do that. So I said, okay, I'll be a TV with Dolby surround sound. And they said, I'm sorry, you're too small. They only sell big uns, apparently, so I don't know what people do with little eyes. But I just pulled a face and stamped out all sophisticated like. I pondered a while on my inadequacy and decided to rectify this, my only option being to make you feel here tonight. To sit in your comfy bottom-hugging seats and flinch at my very ability to orchestrate words and watch them flutter like buggered doves to the chug of my creamy northern baths and grasses. In other words, heavy vowel sounds which both define the accent and leave it open to ridicule. So here I am, about to read to you a poem. A true love poem. A love poem like no other your ear has ever seen before. Stuffed with truths, not pink lovely bits and pokery arseholes, but real smelling genitals that remind you you're alive and susceptible to decay and bacteria. Real lust that burns holes through your eyelids and renders your insides black. No bloody red roses or sweet honey kisses that are newly sprung in June, and definitely no cunting abstract nouns. Except for probably God, screaming ecstasy or abstraction. No pretty imaginary pussies or fondant fancies which is so far from the truth when actually mid-shag that I could near on shit out my mushy-shaped heart, cover it in my own shag piss, and eat it for breakfast. And I don't even eat breakfast. A vagina doesn't even look like a rose anyway, more like a fleshy panini with curly corners. So here we go, my true love poem for you here tonight. I saw his visage through a half-empty Corona, and my insides that very moment began to overflow like an upturned gravy boat. Not a love boat, but a lust bucket. I wanted to eat his face really bad, like a sick dog. All I can remember from then on is peeling my face off his inner thigh, shooting the next morning, poised like a boiled egg, ready for another fucking good dunk. You know, yolk everywhere, bit of shell. But to my horror, his dick looked like a cheese board. And I'm a dirty bitch, but cottage cheese in the morning is a test for anyone. So I strategically spilt tea on his member all subtle like, so I didn't have to undermine the fellow by asking him to wash, because that's love. He stuck me well and good with his pitchfork, tearing at my tits like some sort of wolf obsessed with tits. And I accidentally let one rip. But he just smiled and kissed my lips with his happy eyes in realisation that girls are also shit. So it was pretty much after he'd seen my gaping cleft and didn't laugh that I decided I loved him. My caravan of a heart became a twin bird. My occupation in life to take off his clothes and wear him like a tight-fitting glove or sock, depending on what he wants me to be. I'll even adorn his shoulders like a fleshy fur, or rebrand myself as a fag, letting my boat rest in his mouth until he's eaten up by cancer. I want him to say I'm the one, the Richmond Super King. I want him to say he's never been this high. No one has ever been this high. But I want those words to fall from his lips like stumbling horses with their balls in vices that they have put there willingly. I want him to get a malignant tumour for me, so I can melt him down and pour him in a ramekin dish to eat at twilight in my imaginary nightie, which is always shorty for easy shag access, even when I'm ill. Right, this is a new one. I thought I'd challenge myself. So what I did was I tried to make innuendo out of British place names. I don't think it works, but here it goes. I wish a man would take me to Bedfordshire. I went through Maidenhead, it's nothing to write home about. I was standing up in a urinal all the way. I bled for a little bit and became a little infatuated, but it passed, like a persistent arse haggis. I've got my Hertfordshire set on Bedfordshire. There is a wiry-haired fellow who resides in a barn in the middle of the M62. I've heard he has a kayak that he likes to drive up ladies. Especially ladies from Colchester who know the importance of a full-bodied shepherd's bush. Women who don't trim the beast or take cuttings, which, as every woman knows, leads to hot rashes and a vagina like a sweaty cherry. I'm hungerford for some docking in my Port Talbot. I want a Doncaster rover to eat out of my rat's mouth. That's not a place. Work his way down slowly to Kent, then plough my Huddersfield. I don't mind if he likes it like they do in Kippax or Slapton. I only require Blackpool-esque portions of sausage and egg to loll in my cockermouth, which we can then rush on to Shropshire, stop up at York Minster for a sticky bun, rush on to I'm Not Satisfied, then shortly arrive at Mordor to wash my hands of his ring.